You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
We are talking with, once again, our representative from the 2021, this time, Omaha Fringe Festival, Tamar Neumann. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
It's nice to see you in person this time.
Yes.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's right. We are coming to you right now from the Hot Shops in downtown Omaha. You remarked when we came through here that you hadn't actually been here before.
I haven't. It's amazing.
It's a pretty neat
It really
place.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And they were kind enough to let us come here and meet here, so you don't have to go out to the sticks to talk to us. But it's nice to have you again. And the 2021 Omaha Fringe Festival is on. It's in person.
Yes.
It's going.
Yes.
Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, I'd love to tell you a little bit about it. So the festival is happening, as you said, in person this year. We're very excited to be able to get everybody together. Obviously, we will follow all COVID protocols. So we have a very specific plan for audience and artists to make sure that everybody will remain safe.
Excellent.
During the festival. But we will be here in Omaha. We'll be at UNO again this year. We'll be doing the Black Box Theater. And then we're opening up into a new space this year. We'll be at Big Canvas Theater in Blackstone.
All right.
So we're very excited to have two spaces and kind of get people in different parts of the city and out and about and having a good time while they're watching theater. So
Excellent.
And that's so neat that they have a new space. So it'll be neat to see that.
Yes. If you haven't had a chance to go down to the Big Canvas space, you should. It's very beautiful and a really wonderful part of town. Lots of fun things to do right near their theaters. We're very excited that Big Canvas is partnering with us this year and that we can use their space.
Great. And they're actually going to be performing.
They are, yes. We're excited. They were in our first festival. They've been a huge supporter of Omaha Fringe since our inception 3 years ago. And they will be one of our 12 artists this year again, and we're very excited to have them back.
Cool. Yes, indeed. Yeah, what does it say on the website? What does it say? 36 performances, 12 companies, 1 community, 6 days, 2 venues.
Yes.
August 5th through the 7th and 12th through the 14th. The weekdays are at, what do they start at? Either 5:30 or 6, I saw, and then the Saturdays start around 1:30.
Yeah, and our shows run until we kind of alternate the times that they'll be running, and they run every hour with a half hour in between, and the last show typically starts about 10 o'clock p.m.
Nice.
It's so nice to be able to have those two venues. And I know you're doing it probably because of COVID, but is that something you think you might do in 2022?
Yeah, well, we had originally wanted to expand into multiple venues for 2020. And obviously, we didn't have a festival in 2020. But we continue to have that partnership with Big Canvas for 2021. And then hopefully in 2022, we will continue to expand outward. And so we'll remain with UNO and Big Canvas, providing that those partnerships still exist, and then we'll continue to expand throughout the city. Our hope is to have a lot of different venues.
That would be great. Well, and then speaking of the year that didn't happen last year, because I know I'm in one of the productions this year, and I know we were supposed to do last year, and I know that the Fringe kind of contacted everyone and said, hey, how about everybody just come and do this next year? And I know that almost everybody was able to. Were we able to get everybody? Or?
Yeah. So we, in 2020, we had already had our lottery party. So we had our 15 artists selected before we decided to go ahead and shut down the festival. And so we had asked those artists that if they were interested in staying for 2021 to let us know. Everybody agreed. Unfortunately, as 2021 rolls around, life happens.
Yeah.
A lot has happened to everyone this last year, right?
Absolutely.
So we did end up losing a few of the original artists from 2020, but we kept the majority of them.
Okay.
And then we offered some of the spots. So with the lottery party, we just basically take all of the artists and draw them. Everybody who applies just gets drawn out in order.
Okay.
And that becomes your spot on the waiting list. So then
Okay.
when some artists were unable to do it, we were able to just reach out to our waiting list and fill some of those spots.
Okay.
So our goal was to have 15 performers or performances this year. We didn't quite make that, just with the challenges of COVID and coming back and everything. So we ended up with 12, which we're very excited about.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it'll be a great number.
Yeah.
They're all wonderful performers. We're very excited about the variety that's going to exist at the festival.
Yeah, and speaking of that, what do we have? We have, well, like you said, we have Big Canvas is performing for sure, and they're doing something that's titled Once Upon a Time in Omaha. Then we have the Picture Window Puppet Theater doing Mixtape.
Written by Ellen Struve.
Brooke Barcel, I'm hoping I'm saying that
Yeah.
right. Brooke Barcel. Brooke Makes Funny Comedy Special. That's what she's doing. She's doing stand-up comedy. Chrysalis Studio Productions is doing Belly Dance, A Celebration. And I feel so bad, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, and this is the one I'm in.
Pasteurize.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yes.
She spelled it. It was so weird. Pasteurized Productions Lunch
You
Date.
remember it that way. That's the whole
Lord,
point.
I looked at that and go, how are you supposed to say that? Lunch Date. That's the one I'm in. That's it. Max in One Productions is doing Mother Night. Serena Noor is doing Run for Cover. The Actors School Club is performing. Jungle Productions 2 is doing Prohibition 100 Years, Temperance is Dead. Gurukulam Center for the Indian Arts is performing. The New Age theater company Fragmented Reality, that's what they're doing. And Les Mis presents The Hero's Journey, an improvised musicale.
Yeah, and if I may, I'll talk
Please.
a little bit about some of these are our returning artists for us. We're
Yes.
excited. So Big Canvas, as we said. Jungle 2 Productions by Tim Barr. He was in our first festival, so we're excited to have him back. Chrysalis Studio Production, our belly dancers, they're back again this year.
Excellent.
They were wonderful that first year. The After School Club is Jeremy Stoll's, some former students of Jeremy Stoll. So I don't know, 2 years ago for the Fringe, Jeremy Stoll did the Little Wars production that they took to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Okay.
And so he's kind of helped facilitating producing this one, but the students are all in charge of directing and putting it together, and it's a devised piece of theater as well that they're doing. So that's really fun. So kind of a returning person to the Fringe, but not a little bit in that sense.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. And Serena Noor, she wasn't in our first Fringe. She's actually a writer from New York, and we worked with her over 2020 for Omaha Fringe Presents and did a virtual staged reading of her play. And so we're excited to have her come here in person and do a full production of her play. So we actually have 2 artists that are not from Omaha. So Serena Noor and then Max in One Productions. He is from New Jersey. So they've hired local directors and local actors, but they're the writers of those pieces. So they'll come out and be a part of it. And we're very excited to have, some outside artists come in a little bit, and then also all of our amazing local artists. So.
Right.
So how are the COVID restrictions? How is that? How is the logistical piece of it going to work?
Yeah, for sure. So right now we are following the CDC guidelines for mask wearing for our artists. So we've allowed our artists to perform without masks. It's just, as an actor, it's not exactly a lot of fun.
It's rough.
To perform with a mask on. So we're really excited and grateful to be able to allow them to take that off and be able to perform their art
It's nice.
in an authentic way. We are going to request that our audience members continue to wear masks. And then we are still limiting capacity in both of our venues.
Okay.
And we will be doing distancing between audience member groups. So we've arranged the theater spaces so that they can sit in groups but then be distanced from other groups.
Okay.
And then we also have a plan for how the artists will be walked through the building so that there's not as much contact. We have extra space in the dressing rooms. And then, of course, we have a plan for the audience on how to make sure that we're keeping the lobbies spaced out and separate so that the audience members feel comfortable, since we will be doing everything inside.
And by the middle of August, it could even change a little bit. for you.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
You know, we're paying attention to everything, and we are making sure that we are following all the guidelines, probably over precautious in many ways, you know.
It's okay.
So we're just wanting to make sure that everybody, artist, audience, stays safe, even though it feels like the pandemic is over. We know that it is not.
Right.
Can't quite.
Yeah.
Not
So
quite there yet.
Must be vigilant. Yes.
yes, we will continue to
Yes.
make sure that everybody is safe and things are cleaned and people are distanced and
Cool. I can't wait. I was so much looking forward to being a part of the Fringe last year, and I can't wait to be a part of it this year. And I think it's great. I'm looking forward to going and seeing the shows, especially at Big Canvas in their new place.
Yeah.
Dying to see it. And I think you said they were opening this month. I think I saw that too. That they're opening back up this month. I think.
yeah,
June,
yeah,
this-
yeah. You can certainly go to their website and check out any what their shows look like and stuff
Yeah.
to see if that's
But, yeah,
true. So we're not leading you astray.
That's all right. But yes, they are ramping up soon, if not in June, very, very soon. And like everybody is right now.
Yes.
Everybody's ramping back up, and it's nice to see. And I'm so glad that the Fringe was able to get so many people back.
Yes. Well, we were very excited to have everybody come back.
You guys are going to be doing before the August 5th through 7th, which is when it kicks off, is you guys are going to be having a preview party.
Yes.
The weekend before, so August 30,
July
July 31st. And
Yes.
where is that going to be, and what's that going to be about?
Okay, so it's pretty common for a Fringe Festival to do some kind of preview, so you have an opportunity to check out who's going to be in the festival and what do you want to go see, where do you want to spend your time, you know, because there's
Cool.
so many different things happening.
Yes.
So we are going to hold ours July 31st at 7 o'clock p.m. at the Big Canvas Theater. So if you want to check out the theater, this is the opportunity to check it out.
Wow.
And that evening, we will be doing a preview of each of the shows. So a little short preview, get to hear a little bit about the show, who's in the show, get a little clip, a feel for what the show might be like. So you can kind of plan your schedule. So that evening will also be a fundraiser for us. So we're asking for a $15 donation at the door as the ticket costs to come in, if that's possible for you.
Cool.
So it should be a really fun night. Pauline O'Doherty, I don't know how many people are familiar with her. She's a local writer here. She was in our first Fringe Festival in 2019. She wrote Moa Berthic.
Okay.
She's a co-artistic director for Anastasis Theater Company. They're doing a play with Great Plains this fall called Stories on the Brink, about stories of people who've been homeless. It's really amazing. They did a little preview at Great Plains.
Yeah.
It's really...
I think I saw something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
Yes.
Anastasis does really great work here in the community with the way they create art and lift voices that are not normally heard. So anyway,
Yeah.
she is amazing and hilarious, and she's gonna host it for us that
Cool.
night. So we're very excited to have her come back and be involved in the Fringe in that capacity this year. So it should be a really fun night. So come out, see what Fringe show you want to see, hang out with us, have a good time, check out Big Canvas.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
And the Fringe Festival is, in case people don't know, it's kind of a worldwide thing.
Yes, yeah. So World Fringe Day is July 11th. And yeah, so they exist all over the world. Obviously, it was started in Edinburgh a long time ago in the 1950s. And then it's just kind of grown all over. There are a lot of really big festivals, a lot of really small festivals. And there is a World Fringe organization that kind of gathers us all and kind of keeps tabs on all of us, so that if you ever wanted to know, does this place have a Fringe, you can go to that
Right.
website and find out if they do have a Fringe and when it is and all that kind of stuff.
And how did you get involved in Fringe then?
Well, Minnesota Fringe Festival, they have a very amazing Fringe Festival, if you're aware of it, and theirs has existed for almost 30 years now. And it's one of the oldest in the United States.
Yeah.
And so when I was living up there, I became aware of Fringe and had the opportunity to work with the festival as a volunteer for a number of years. So just being aware of it, knowing what it did, how it did it, all that kind of stuff, when I came down to Omaha, that gave me the opportunity to create something like it here.
And I know you have several degrees in theater and English, but were you also doing theater up in Minnesota at the same time you're volunteering and doing Fringe?
I did do a little bit of theater in Minnesota, not as much as I probably would have wanted to. I worked with a theater company south of the Twin Cities called Chameleon Theater Circle. I was on their board, and I helped with their development, so grant writing, and also worked with choosing season, like the play selections for the seasons. Every year they do a new play festival. And so I was involved in that festival with them and helped read through the scripts and choose them. And,
great experience for this.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, exactly.
And then you moved to Omaha and realized we didn't have one and decided
we needed one.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
I'm originally from Kansas City, and we've had one down there for a while.
Yeah, that one's pretty old too.
It's older. Yeah.
It's been around for a while.
Yeah, so it was always a thing, and then it was like, oh, it's new up here, and I'm like, oh, cool. Excellent.
Yes, new to Omaha, but not a new concept.
I know. So it's great. I love it, and I'm glad. I'm glad it survived 2020 and continues, and you guys have kept it rolling, and you're just kind of, thinking towards the future and to keep it rolling in the future now.
Yes, we really want it to be a festival that stays in Omaha for as long as we can have it stay here. I think that Omaha needs it. They need an opportunity to have artists perform and try new things.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So. This town likes its arts, man. It's very true.
Yeah, it's a great town for arts.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And well, thank you so much for meeting us down here at the Hot Chaps. And,
thank you.
Yes, indeed. And looking forward to seeing the rest of the stuff that's in the Fringe Festival. And of course, myself, I'm frantically learning lines.
I'm excited to see it.
Yes, me too.
Probably feels weird after about a year.
I know. So, I'm so excited to get back to it. Yeah. We're all just dying to perform.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much.
We'd like to give a big thank you to Tamar and also the Hot Shops Art Center downtown at 13th and Nichols.
And now the dates for the Omaha Fringe Festival, real quick to run them down. The dates and times. Thursday, August the 5th. Things kick off at 6 p.m. at the UNO Theater. Friday, August 6th. Things kick off at 6 p.m. at the UNO Theater. Saturday, August 7th. Things kick off at 1:30 p.m. at the UNO Theater. And that's the first weekend. The second weekend, you come up on Thursday, August 12th. That starts at 5:30 p.m., and this is where they have the two venues. Some of them that evening are at the UNO Theater, and some of them are at the Big Canvas Theater. Friday, August 13th, things kick off at 5:30 p.m. again, UNO Theater and Big Canvas Theater both that evening. Saturday, August 14th, things kick off at 1:30 p.m. at both the UNO Theater and the Big Canvas Theater. Big Canvas Theater, let's not forget, is the new location at 3624 Farnham.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Music for this podcast was used with permission by Screaming Skull Productions. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.